Hi, it's the Zen Witch here. You're not going to see my face in this video because my face is still in its jammies. But I wanted to jump on and do a reading around the impeachment hearings that started today. Now, this is also going to be a little tutorial in how to set up a spread and also how to read for someone that you know, because a lot of times when you read for somebody that you already know what's going on in their life and you have your own perception of it, which can really cloud your reading of the cards. So you've got to step out of that and read as if you know nothing. Just read the cards is the advice there. So I haven't told my cards what I'm doing. I'm gonna shuffle, let's see, twice more. And then I'm gonna cut shuffle 3 times. And then I'm going to take 3 categories. Okay, so there's the second shuffle. Cut shuffle through 3 times, and then I'm going to do 3 categories of 3 cards each. The first category is going to be the Democrats. The second category is going to be the Republicans. And the third category is going to be Trump. So, here we go. Oh, my deck is upside down. Now, I want you to know it's Mercury retro. My deck is upside down. I keep all my cards facing the same direction. I don't do reverses because there's plenty to read without them. And if a card wants to reverse itself, it will. So even though I don't keep reverses in the deck, reverses still show up in some readings. Okay. So, reading straight up, remember this top one is about the Democrats. The Ace of Swords in the middle talks about a new beginning that comes from what you cut away. So trying to restart and have a new beginning for our country because we're making a dividing line. So it talks about discrimination as well, dividing truth from fiction. Page of Swords here talks about fear and trepidation. If you look at them, someone looking towards this new beginning, and the look on his face is just like, uh-oh. So I would say that the Democrats are under no illusion that this is going to go smoothly or easily or well, and there's some fear around the way things could go with obviously the threat of shenanigans and stuff. Knight of Pentacles talks about new skills, learning new skills in the material or in dealing with resources. So it looks like they're going to be going through a learning process through this impeachment hearing about how to deal with the material resources they have. That is the evidence that they have, the absolute hard material resources. Okay. Republicans. So this one's a little more difficult. And so this is a little tutorial on just like how to wrap your head around categories. It can be easy to do an open reading where there is no specific question, where the question is just, what do I need to know right now? But then when someone asks a specific question, you really do have to intuitively look at the pictures outside of their written meanings to see how those would apply to that question. Okay. So over here, we've got a lot of disappointment, a lot of pulling back. So we've got some Republicans that are just going, this sucks, and who are feeling like they're not going to be emotionally satisfied here. So this indicates some really doing some pulling back from possibly the presidency, pulling back from this agenda. Then we've got 8 of Cups, which is walking away from something that is emotionally draining. So I think, wow, this could say that we've got more Republicans that are going to be abandoning their support of this presidency because of this emotional drain that's going on and realizing that it's futile and it's going to cost them, and of course it's Cups, so it's emotional, that it's going to cost them emotionally to stay involved. Got an 4, 8, and 8. Okay, the 8 of Rods here talks about things moving forward very, very swiftly. All right. Fitting to the question, it can just talk about them pushing things forward. It does say that something comes into that sweeps you away. That, this can be a card that indicates like being swept off your feet by romance or something, or creativity. Sometimes, career stuff whooshing forward. In this case, it just says that things are going to move very quickly. As how that applies to the Republicans, I guess that remains to be seen. I don't know. Down at the bottom here, Trump. Look at the magician showing up. Ta-da! Thinking that he's got everything that it takes to make things go his way. And that is literally what I say when the magician card comes up from people. You have all the basic skills you need in order to manifest what you want. So as of this is how he's thinking, his mindset says that I'm a magician, I can get out of this too. Then we have the other concerns. His other concerns are money. What do you know? Two of Pentacles talks about juggling resources and the emotional upheaval that goes with it. Four of Pentacles talks about hanging on to every penny to the point that you are shut down. Feet occupied, both arms occupied, weighed down from above. So his whole thing, as with his entire presidency, is how can I make money off of this? How is my personal money going to benefit or suffer from this? So there we have his mindset. And I just heard on this one, get this over with. It was like, sometimes when I'm doing a reading and I get to a point and it's like I don't really understand what that's saying, I will move on and wait to see if I'm called back there. And I just got called back with a very clear phrase in my head, let's get this over with. Now we take a final card for an outcome. Oh my God. The Tangle, 5 of Rods. This talks about lots of effort being made without coordination, not pointed towards a goal. So it's going to be a mess for a while. And let's acknowledge the fact that we have started a legal process and a hearing on a Mercury retrograde. Holy shit. So are things going to go the way they should normally go? Hell no. Why? Because we're going to have people actively attempting to throw monkey wrenches into the process. And obviously we've got efforts, Democrats, Republicans, and also within each of the parties working at cross purposes. So, all right, there's my take on this. Let's ask Socrates. Ultimately, will Donald Trump be impeached?
Shit! Are you fucking crazy?
Well, yeah, but that's beside the point. So, temper yourself when you're watching these hearings. Temper your intake so you don't put yourself under too much stress. Being in this country right now is kind of like living in an abusive household. It's extremely stressful. So rather than watching them live, you might just want to read about it, but definitely temper your expectations. Here's the big message. Temper your expectations because we do not know how it's coming out. All right, there you go. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, share far and wide, and I will see you next time. Blessed be.